Hey everybody, Greg Casillo from Casillo.com here with another photo critique. This time it was posted on the forum by Tim, who is actually joining us, so that's great. But this time we're not going to start with Tim. We're going to start with Adam, who I've actually met with a couple times down in Texas, and then he happened to be in New York last year, so it was cool kind of get to know some people that are out there that are watching my videos. That's cool. So here is our photo. I definitely have some comments and some suggestions to make this better. But first, let's hear what a couple other people have to say. So, Adam, you're on your iPhone. Tell us what you think.
I absolutely love the photo. There's lots and lots of traffic going through. I just kind of wish I could see more of that building on the right side there in the back.
Okay. What else? Any other changes? Any other adjustments you'd make?
Except for maybe trying to bring out some more of the lights in the background and maybe something on the left side. I kind of feel like it's a little plain. But other than that, I think it's a great overall picture.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. Jeff, your turn. What do you got for us?
Yeah, I like the way the lights are leading you through the picture, and I really like the street lights and the starburst on the lights. They look really good. Like you said, I agree. It probably need a little more on the left to fill in a little blank there, but other than that, it looks really good. I like the image a lot.
Okay, sounds good. Kevin, what are your thoughts?
I think it looks pretty cool. I don't know what else you could really do without making more stuff blow out, but I mean, it's kind of cool,
Mm-hmm.
But
okay, sounds good. Martin, what are your thoughts? Any comments?
Well, I was just wondering whether he could have had I don't know what sort of aperture he was using, whether he could have had a smaller aperture to make it a bit darker to get more streams, a bit tighter lights.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was at
F11.
F11, there he is. Yeah, he was at F11, so that's actually part of my comment. One of my comments is I think the streams from the lights are just enough, because I think if he would have gone to F22 or 32, depending upon what lens he had, it would have been way too much as far as his, how big those starbursts would have gotten. So I think F11 is fine there. So, Nicholas, can we hear you?
I think you can.
Yep, that sounds good. What are your comments on the photo today?
Haven't actually looked at it.
Okay, there's a comment in that's okay, in the side there. You see it?
Yep.
Okay. So tell me what you would do to make it better or change it, or what would you do?
Just loading up for me, guys. Whoa. I know it's a bit strange, but I'd want to have something like something going up in the sky. But other than that, it looks good.
Okay, something up in the sky.
Yeah.
That's part of my comment, and I'll go into that in a minute. So, Tim, your turn. This is your photo. You've heard some comments from everybody else. What would you change? What would you have done since this is your photograph? What would you do to make it better?
Yeah, there's a couple of things. The one thing that I really want to do is get into the middle, like in between the two lanes of traffic. Like we were on an overpass that went over the road because it's a really busy road. Mm-hmm. But I was like deathly afraid of heights at that moment. So I didn't want to stay up there any longer than I really had to. So I didn't really set up my shot quite as well as I could have.
Okay.
Yeah, and I decided just to go with F11 because I wanted to make the depth of field and make everything really sharp.
Uh-huh.
And it was my first time really doing long exposures because I am a total noob with photography. So I was kind of drawn to the starburst effects. That's why I went with F11.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to make sure I could get a 30-second exposure to make sure I could get really good light trails of the cars.
Yep. A long exposure on an overpass or along a road is actually going to be difficult because sometimes the cars and trucks make that bridge move. So
yeah.
Looks like you got lucky at the time that it wasn't too bad.
It's a pretty solid bridge.
Yeah, good. Good. I've been on bridges like one up in Thousand Islands. This is totally off subject, but up in Thousand Islands, where in northern New York, where you would drive over, a truck would drive over the bridge, and you could feel the bridge going up and down as the truck was driving over it. It was crazy.
This is a pedestrian walkway, so there's no cars on it.
Oh, okay, good.
So the cars are all just below.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Well, here's my comments and thoughts on this. First thing I would do, this photo as it stands right now, I would totally crop the top of the image.
Yep.
From the top of this light trail, just leave like the bottom 2/3 or 5/8 of the image. Just crop it. It's completely blank space. It kind of detracts from the image because your eyes want to pick up something in that area, but for some reason it's not. There's just nothing there, and there needs to be.
For me, I actually shot this to be my desktop background, so I keep all my icons up there. So it does serve a purpose for me.
Good.
As a regular photo to get printed, maybe not, but it's a good place to keep a lot of icons.
That's actually a good point. But that's as far as the photo itself, and that's what we are always talking about, is just the photo. I would definitely crop the top of that. If you had to do it over, I'd love to see you do almost the same image, maybe with the same trails. I like the position up in the air. I like the looking down. As cool as being on street level would be, I think this is good. Maybe point down a little bit more. Okay? Get a little bit less sky. And the other thing is, try to do it at different times. So start off at, as the sun is going down, and then continually increasing your exposure, continually increasing, and you go, until you get that right image. Then you keep some detail in the sky, and I think it would be really cool to do that.
Yeah, I definitely think so too.
Okay? So those are my comments. As I mentioned earlier, I do like the what do you call it? The starburst thing around the lights. I think that's just enough. I don't think it was too much. Like I said before, if you went to 22 or 32, it might have been too much. Might not have looked as good. But I'd say those are my comments on this image. And if there's any other comments or anything, John, you didn't get to say anything about the photo. Did you have any thoughts? Are you on? Nope. No, John. Okay. So, anybody have a quick question they wanted to ask, general photography-wise, before we go?
It's not a question, just I wanted to say that he did a great job on the photo. When there's new people trying to shoot photos for long exposure, he kept it really tack sharp, which I just want to point that out. That's a great job on that.
Thank you. I did use the kit lens for this as well, just to point that out.
Good. Okay. Anybody else? Jeff, any quick questions you wanted to ask?
Yeah, I wanted to compliment him. He did a great job on it, especially after giving his reason for this particular shot and how his application and what he used it for. I think it was great. I agree with you on the crop. Like we said, everybody kind of mentioned it was kind of lacking at the top, and it probably needed to be down a little bit smaller. But it's a really good photo, and I like that. Like I said.
Good. Kevin, I have to ask you before we go any farther, what is that thing in the background?
Here?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm a truck driver. I do drive trucks. I'm actually in the back of my truck here.
I thought that's what it was.
So I'm trying to get into photography a little bit, so I'm trying to do that. But I thought, come out and check this out, see what it's all about,
Good. I had a feeling that that's what it was, but I had to ask. So, Martin, are you still on? Did you have any questions?
Yeah, I was going to say it's a nice shot for his first attempt, or for a new shot. It's quite well done. Good, nice and sharp. Like you said, I agree with everybody else with the cropping and that sort of thing. But as he says, he wants to put his icons up there. It's ideal for his back screensaver, isn't it?
Yep. Good. Nicholas, any additional comments? Any photography questions? Anything?
I wouldn't say anything about the photo, but it's mainly the one thing that's bugging me is that how do you, when you're doing a customer, how do you, when you sell them the final product, how do you give it to them? Do you just hand a big plastic bag? Or
the majority of my images
I don't know.
Okay, the majority of my images as far as commercial clients are delivered digitally. So I'll typically allow them to download the images, or I'll give them to them on a CD.
Yes, this is for the end part, when you're giving them big book if they have a portrait kind of thing going.
Okay, for an album. If it's an
Yeah.
album, then I'll have an actual box. Actually, I got one right here. They come with a black box.
It's just bugging me.
Yeah, like this one. This one just comes with a basic black box. There
Yeah.
really isn't much to it. That's how I do it. I mean, you could wrap it up and make it look real nice.
I was gonna say boutique and direct shipment.
Yeah, I mean, you can do it direct to. I prefer to check everything before it goes out the door. So that's my preference. A lot of labs, at least your higher end labs, will offer nicer packaging. I know my lab, Miller's Professional Imaging, does offer that. But sounds like you're overseas somewhere, so.
Australia.
You're in Australia, so take a look around for a lab. Maybe they'll have another, a boutique packaging is what Miller's Lab calls it, and I'd say I just look around and try and find some nice packaging, a nice bag or a nice envelope or something along those lines that might help. So,
Nice.
all right, Tim, any other photography questions?
Not really. Thanks for doing all the videos. It's really helped me. I've been watching your videos for about a year now, and just everything's great from them.
Cool. Sounds good. Well, thank you very much, guys, for joining me. This time was actually a lot better than yesterday because I had like nobody show up. So hopefully this is going to be the right time this time. Mondays at 6 o'clock, at least as of right now, on the East Coast, Eastern Standard Time, is when we're going to do our photo critique of the week. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time. Greg Casillo, Casillo.com. Keep shooting. See ya.
Thanks.